Back in 2002 in Skopje, there were just a few companies starting off with doing some software. There were also the telecoms that were hiring students from my university. But I wanted to stay on the side of really creating software and not going into an IT department of a bank or a big telecom. And I was just looking on the landscape of these companies that were doing that. Of course, I applied at a few different companies, but Panton was the most impressive, even how the job ad was composed, and it was promoted as an international company and sounded super attractive. And then I applied for this position at Panton. I was invited for the interview, and actually the appointment was scheduled on the day when I was having my last exam, like this diploma thesis defense, and asked for postponing the meeting to the very next day. And that is actually how it happened. So on early morning, I went for an interview, met there Alex, Krume and Jovo. At one point during the talk, Ogi showed up as well, and it was a very pleasant experience. I had to learn how to behave professionally in a company, because it was different than being a student. But on top of that, it was this international moment, and especially when working for a Swiss company, being on time, being very precise, punctual was super important. And I recall how much this discipline was emphasized, like being on time in every meeting, responding professionally, and that's how I actually developed and grew up professionally, and then was probably setting and imposing the same expectations towards the other colleagues. After a couple of months, I also had the opportunity to visit Zurich. It was exciting time back then. I got my trip booked for a week in Zurich. I got the full schedule up front, a list of meetings, a list of events. It was amazing program, like every day something different. Being a trip to the nearby hill in Zurich, or just a concert in the city of Zurich, or a sightseeing tour.